Hello and welcome to Softball SA. We are here on Ghana land for the Hills Heat versus the Seacombe Tigers today to kick off the round. I'm joined here by Gemma Sharkey from the Glenelg Rebels and Belinda White from Sturt Falcons. Thanks for coming along, guys.
Hello everyone, thanks for having us. It's a beautiful day down here at West Beach, bit windy but very, very warm.
Warm but not too sunny, which is nice.
Yes.
Because when that sun is beating down, ugh.
Yeah, I've got my dealers on for protection anyway, of course. We do down here at
got them
Softball.
on deck.
Absolutely. We are here. We just missed actually the first pitch for Katrine Hilliard, who's here today for the Seacombe Tigers Club Day today. Katrine Hilliard is the Minister for Women and the Prevention of Domestic and Family Violence and the Minister for Rec, Sport and Racing here in South Australia. We'll see Seacombe Tigers Club Day here today, and their cause for the round is going to be the Yellow Gate, which are a southern community where women and families are empowered to live a life free from domestic, family and sexual violence and provided with opportunities for personal growth and development. So there'll be a little bit more to come on that later on in the game. But as we start to kick it off, we see Seacombe Tigers defensively taking the field. They warm up with Hills Heat doing the damage at the top of the inning. And Belinda White, why don't you take us around the Seacombe Tigers lineup?
Okay, so we've got Reagan to Nearly. We have Whitney at first, Brianna at second, Sasha at short, Abby Mossman at third, and we've got Georgia, Hannah and Tash as your outfielders. So quite a young lineup for Seacombe, but a quality battery duo, which will provide some good core strength for the team today. And it should be an interesting matchup against the Hills Heat. I think today anyone could be the winner here. It would be best team wins on the day. Hills obviously are a very young, gaining experience team, and when they can bring it together, as we saw a few weeks ago against Sturt Falcons, as much as it hurts me to say, they all came together and they were just dominating and we couldn't do much about it. So yeah, today will be a very interesting game.
Thanks for that insight there, Belle. As Diaz steps to the plate for the first pitch, we see the Blues, the third team out in there today. We've got Steve Wallace-Yarrow behind the plate, calling balls and strikes. We've got Nikki Wong over there at first and Dave Borovnik over there at third base. Georgia Tonkinson kicks us off. No, Abby Bastion, wrong Liz. Abby Bastion kicks us off for the Hills Heat. I said that doesn't look like Georgia.
Next year.
Yeah. Kicks it off for the Hills Heat here in the top of the first. As she's going to fly that into fair. Brie Lynn handles that no problem over there at second base for the first out of the inning.
We did mention the wind before. It is a little bit swirly. It's swirly at the best of times down here, but today we'll see if that ends up being a battle. Brie seemed to be pretty comfortable there.
Yes, and we saw, fly out there by Abby Bastion, and second pitch, really aggressive, always a very aggressive batter, but that's where she's most consistent, is very early in the count. And as expected, Regan is attacking the zone early in the count. Get on top of it here.
Brings us back Chloe Zackledge in the 2-hole for the Hills Heat.
And a great day for Seacombe's Club Day here, representing the Yellow Gate, and obviously perfect uniform matches, exactly the same colour. So yeah, it's a great day for them out here. They've got the slushy machines out the back behind us, and they're selling all sorts of foods and snacks and stuff like that.
Zoe Zackledge is just going to pepper that one into the little gap there between the 5 and 6 over the head of third baseman Abby Mossman to find herself with a lead-off single to start the first inning.
Yeah, didn't seem like she got all of that, but that's all you have to do sometimes.
Did just enough, didn't she?
Find a little spot that no one is covering.
So that'll go down as a single to 6 in the scorebook.
I would expect Reggie here to be quite aggressive early in the count with their third hitter, Courtney up to bat here. She is their American import this season. She'll provide some great structure and experience for this team, and she's been very vocal the last few games I've watched, which is great because it's exactly what this young Hills team needs. So let's see what she can do in her at bat. Just got a little bit jammed there. fouled it off to the right side of the diamond.
Brings the count to 1-1. We see Seacombe Tigers going straight at these hitters, not letting them get a little bit of momentum, I suppose.
Yes.
Straight at them.
Yes, Diaz will want to take control here.
So Heels, Heat and Seacombe Tigers, we're looking at 5th and 7th on the ladder at the moment, but truly it has been anyone's game so far this season. There's not much separating first and last on the scoreboard at all.
Yes, every game there's changes on the on the ladder, which is great. I think that's way better than having two or three teams that are just blowing everyone away. Like, it makes for good softball, and any team can win. Oh, that's a great pitch on the inside there by Diaz.
It's definitely been an exciting season, and it's
November,
great, which is crazy. It feels like we've truly just started, but so much has happened.
Yeah.
But it's exciting for the rest of the season as well, because I think a lot's still to happen.
3-1 here is the count. Hitters count for Hokinson with a runner on 1 as she takes that for strike 2 to bring the count full.
It was a great pitch.
That was a great pitch, wasn't
Nice
it?
little low rise there. A little bit of a kicker.
So as a hitter, I suppose, Belle, what can you expect to see from Diaz? What sort of pitches does she bring to the plate?
She has a little bit of everything. She does mix in, obviously, a bit of pace with that low rise. She throws that high rise out the zone, and she does have an off pace and a change. So if she can get all of those working in good counts, definitely she can get Hills being susceptible to chasing pitches. But that was a very good at bat there by Courtney to staff that high pitch there. And that brings up Georgia King in the 4-hole with runners on 1 and 2, 1 out.
Straight at her for strike 1 on the count. 1 out, runners on 1 and 2. You've got Georgia King in your 4-hole up to bat. Would you think about bunting her in this situation, Gemma?
It's so it's hard because it's so early on, but you also don't want to give up the opportunities when you have them.
Absolutely.
So with 1 out,
Well, she falls behind now 0 and 2, so that probably takes that away from her.
Definitely not now is my answer. No, but
You
yeah,
don't really want to be bunting a 4-hole here with runners in scoring positions.
A little check throw there by Peterson, keeping them honest over there on bases.
I think Diaz will be getting her. We haven't actually seen a off-pace or change-up yet, which is, as I say that, I probably think one will come. Oh no, curve. Close.
So that is the epitome of the commentator's curse, isn't it?
I was like, oh, catching, I would go a change right now.
Yes, tell us more about what you would call when you're catching. Oh, please do. For all of us at home with our notebooks.
They've been chasing. She's been sitting quite high, so she's looking at getting them to chase here, which is interesting with the wind. I'd be wanting to throw some low ball pitches, but that's a great spot. She must be just missing on the in, but good discipline by Georgia not to get caught on that one, because that can jam you when they're that tight.
Well, Steve behind the plate's got a pretty good eye. Nothing's going to get past him. Nice and consistent on the plate today.
There. Oh.
Ball 4 on the batter to load the bases up for Megan Williams.
Very disciplined hitting by Georgia. She was behind the count 2-0. Came back with 4 balls, sorry. So yeah, very, very good discipline. So this brings up Megan Williams, their most experienced player in this team. So she's been hitting quite well. She's in the 5-hole. So it'll be interesting to see if she stays patient or she'll look at attacking the zone, because that's what Regan's been doing this so far.
Yeah, great discipline by the Heels so far.
Yes, it's a great start. See, anything can happen this
season.
season.
Happen. You wouldn't want to be fielding out there for too long today either, I don't think. So
No,
very
that's a
dry.
good early call there,
Yeah.
Gemma. We'll see how the Heat plays a role in the game. As Diaz goes straight back in with a strike, I think as a pitcher I would be wanting to throw as many strikes as early as I can to sit back on the bench as quick as I can, but also to help my teammates out, the catcher that's there and all the heat. You've got all the rest of the infielders there on the dirt. That can be really hot, as Williams is just going to hook that one down the foul line.
That is our first off-pace, I think that one is, that we've seen. So
that definitely seemed to come in a little slower, and the way that went
yeah,
so foul. You would think that's probably the case.
Yeah. She's missed on that inside corner, so you can't keep throwing a pitch if the umpire's not calling it. You've got to start adjusting to their zone. So it was good for them to throw in a different pitch there, as Megan hadn't seen one in the top 4 batters prior.
She's not shying away from that inside pitch, I notice. Even on that 0-2 count.
Yeah, and it is close. It's obviously just missing there, but it is close enough that as a batter, especially on 2 strikes, you're going to think about it.
Yeah, and that's the perfect spot as a pitcher you want. On those 50-50 balls, get them questioning themselves.
She finds that inside corner for the 3rd strikeout. The 2nd strikeout, 3rd pitch. It wasn't just me. A few people got it. I think I saw them run off and went, no, that's the second out of the inning.
Reagan bolted off onto out.
And we'll see Williams take over at second base. The running duties for catcher Courtney Hockinson on second base. What a great spot that is. There she is running off the field, very excited. Neely's kind of looking at her like, what are you doing, girl? There's only 2 out. Good to see the catchers in the game.
Someone's got to be switched on, because
especially with runners on 3rd. Absolutely.
She was just happy about that strikeout.
So that brings to bat Sophie Lawrence here today. Made the trip down from Queensland.
Okay.
Doing duties at 3rd base today. I think she's a bit of a catcher as well.
Yep.
I'm not sure if she's made an appearance in the Premier League yet so far. This might
she
be.
would join Zali Summers too from the. Ooh.
That one's just going to choke her on the inside as Diaz takes a nice little drop step there as a pitcher to make that secure 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, she's definitely a fielder,
yeah,
isn't she?
She's definitely not your standard pitcher. If that was any other team, I'd be saying pitcher, do not
Well, here on the
move.
Sporties Bar replay, we can see straight off the bat, she shifts her body, takes that drop step quite comfortably. Second hand, 2 hands for security.
Beginners, yes. That would have been a tough one. That would have been a tough one for Bianca to get because it was 2 out. She was sitting deep at second, so that potentially could have fallen in because she wasn't overly close to it. Maybe she pulled off because she knew that Reagan had called for it. But yeah, they got out of that one. Seacombe there. Reagan stepped up after a couple walks there, so she'll be quite happy with that and be ready to come in with her bat as we
roll into.
No.
Georgia Tomlinson. As we roll into the bottom of the 1st inning, I want Belle and Gemma to keep an eye out for your Farms player of the game that will be dishing out. So keep an eye out for some key performers or some key performances throughout the game. Thanks to SP Arms for that one. As we see Zali Summers taking the mound for the Hills Heat. Gemma, why don't you take us through the Hills Heat lineup, defensive lineup?
All right, we have Summers to... I can't read that.
Courtney Hockinson. Oh, Gem.
It's not a name I'm familiar with, so I wasn't sure. So sorry, Courtney. We've got Megan at 1st, Chloe at 2, Abby at short, Sophie at 3, and then we have Georgia, Lara, and Brianna in the outfield.
Yeah, the bench for the Hills Heat, we see Zoe Marrick, Erin Adams-McDonald, Claire Mohan-Rand and Mia Oates-Willis. A few regulars on the bench there, so they definitely go pretty deep today, the Hills Heat. So keep an eye out for any substitutions or changes they might make.
And we see a bit of a change up in the Seacombe lineup today. We're starting off with Georgia Tompkinson. Sorry, that's
leading off.
We're doing well, aren't we?
Not a great start.
She's been a regular in the Premier League for a while now, so good to see her get that opportunity to lead off. Obviously, that frees up Diaz to hit in the 3-hole.
Just mixing it up there, Bill, with his lineup. Try something new, see if they get some different results and some consistency with their at-bats here.
First pitch for Summers comes down for a ball. I think we've seen Summers in a few games so far. She's made the trip down from Queensland. I believe she might be a little bit more of a regular as the season goes on, as Tompkinson goes at that pitch to even up the count at 1-1.
Good lead-off to have. Got some wheels. I think every team except for Glenelg has wheels at the top of their lineup.
Are you their lead-off? Is that what you said? I was like, the poor person that's your lead-off.
No, it's me. It's okay.
Great pitch there.
Takes a good swing at that one for strike 2 on the count. So we'll see Summers pitching to Hockinson. I would make a guess that they haven't thrown much to each other, as Hockinson has come in from the US and Summers has flown down from Queensland. So we'll see how they go together. Might be their first time matching up. And Tompkinson is going to swing at that one as Summers goes upstairs for strike 1 on the hitter. Strike 3 on the hitter. The first out of the inning. Gosh, it's the heat. The heat has really gotten to me today.
James and Anthony, we apologise.
We are doing our absolute best,
What
everyone.
a
We're
great
so
look
sorry.
here.
Hope you're enjoying yourself.
What a great look here in the Sporty Bar replay. Sporty's Bar replay, we can see. Thanks to Spacequake and the team for that one.
Zali's a very similar pitcher from what I remember at Nationals tour to Diaz. She throws that sort of screw and the low rise, and she just pinpoints that high rise, I guess, middle high rise that's in the strike zone. I really like that pitch, but it doesn't get called very often. It's quite a hard one to see, I feel, for umpires, because it is up on the outer part of the plate, but she's nailed it. I'm not sure what her pitch is, like with her change up, so that shall be interesting.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
You definitely see Summers has that like crow hop and replant. And it almost comes out what looks like a bit of a screwball, because she does take that wide angle. It'd be interesting to see if he had some lanes come down from the plate where he should be landing.
Well, wouldn't the edge of the plate right now be its lanes, technically? No, the grass.
Because there's like,
is it wider?
there's like 6 inches on each side. It comes straight from the plate. As she finds the strike zone to get back in the game there after falling behind 3-0. Oh, Zali Summers all smiles there. I'm sure she might have some friends and family back home in Queensland tuning in. Just misses that inside corner for ball 4, and Bree Lint will find herself at first base with a walk.
Very good patience there by Bree after the first at bat.
Very consistent with Steve there as well. You see that he wasn't calling that in the top of the inning and not calling it now. So makes it a little bit easier as a batter.
Brings to bat the pitcher, Diaz, for a little pitcher v pitcher matchup. She finds the zone for strike 1.
Are we thinking she's bunting?
No, I think with her being a 3-hole, you wouldn't.
We've got a signal on.
It wouldn't surprise me, maybe a hit and run, something like that. However, she just threw 4 balls, so oops, there we go.
She takes a good hit at that, straight to the third base as they go. Sophie Lawrence is going to make the throw over to Chloe Zackledge for the force out at 2.
That was a great play. She just hung down. Oh, Diaz has taken the extra base. Very smart running by Dee. She's done that quite a few times. So shortstop was over, giving third base a high 5, and the ball. Oh no, umpire Steve has said the ball was dead and putting her back. Yep. Zali had the ball at the time.
Here we go. See here on Sporty's Bar replay, we can see Diaz rockets the ball over to third, makes the out at 2. Zackledge here has the ball, tosses it back to the pitcher, and at what point, we don't quite have eyes on it, but we need to see at what point does she break to go back to the base? Does she hold?
Yeah. Steve's saying that he was cleaning the plate. He has his little brush out, so he has pulled her back to 1.
Well, she caught me off guard because I wasn't watching, so I'm
not.
Me either, to be honest.
When the ball was back at the pitcher's plate, and shortstop was high-fiving third base, so second base was left open. So runner does not advance.
Was worth a try.
Sneaky
But
running,
she's
yeah.
back over at first.
So Diaz reaches on a fielder's choice. Bree Lint's forced out at second. We've got a runner on 1, 2 out. To bring up Neely Peterson, the catcher for the Seacombe Tigers. Already hit a long ball so far this season, so we know she's definitely got home run power. The wind is actually, where has the wind taken us?
Not over the fence. The ball,
No.
It's probably gone right field.
Yeah.
Z Diaz is not taking advantage of the speed up rule here, and if I was that quick, I wouldn't either.
Absolutely not.
I think catching you have to take advantage, but as a pitcher,
You don't. Yeah.
No, she'd
I
be one of
definitely
their
take that
speediest
every
and
time.
smartest runners. You would want her out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with this batter, if she hits a gap, Diaz is looking 3, potentially 4. So with her wheels, they'll be definitely looking to advance her.
And obviously 2
3
out,
balls,
so you're
yeah.
just taking off straight away. Makes it a little bit easier for you as well.
Bit of a head start. 3 balls there and throws a strike over the middle of the plate.
yeah, we've seen Summers fall behind a little bit, but she's always sort of managed to come back.
Patient hitting there by Neely, leaving that pitch because she wasn't really near the zone.
It's good team hitting.
Nice and low there.
Leaves that one for ball 4.
You know, that's not
Peterson
a bad
will take
outcome in
first
that
base.
situation, but last time I commentated, Abby Mossman went 3 for and has actually been hitting really well this season. So after Nearly, you still have Abby to follow. So they're still in scoring positions. We've just got a timeout here for the catcher speed up rule, and I think the pitcher and catcher have just taken a moment to just maybe regroup. As Steph said earlier, they haven't probably had much time together, so they're probably just having a bit of a convo about attacking and getting ahead of the count. So we have runners at 1 and 2 with 2 out, and Abby Mossman in the box. There's that outside high pitch there for a strike. She can pinpoint that one. That is, I mean, most people like it. I don't mind it, but it can be a tough one to
As a
get.
hitter or as a catcher? What do you?
Both.
Everyone take no.
Both. The arms extend to it quite nicely.
As Mossman's going to swing at that one for the second strike on the hitter.
No Becky Harvest today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she must be.
That's a bit of an out for the batting lineup there for Seacombe. You'd see, she's usually sort of top of the
Which
top
is
of the
probably
order.
why we
The
saw
reorder,
Diaz
yeah.
drop down into that 3 hole.
because that's usually Becky, I think, number 3.
Abby Mossman watched that one go high there, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Mossman's going to get just underneath that for Tamke out in centre field. Can a corn out there, no worries, for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, thanks to Aqaba Hotel, our broadcast partners for the game, we are going to take a short break with Gemma, but we are going to bring in a special guest from nominated by the Seacombe Tigers to talk to us a little bit about their chosen awareness for the round, which is the Yellow Gate. Hi Bianca, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So good, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about the Yellow Gate and what your mission is and what you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, so the Yellow Gate, we opened in January of this year, and we are a domestic and family violence service down at Noarlunga. So essentially we just see women who have experienced abuse, whether it's, historical or current or just recently. So we work with women around, counselling services and, navigating legal pathways and, they may be experiencing financial abuse or, psychological abuse. So there is, a lot of things happening for these women when they come to see us. So we're just there as kind of a support and working alongside them so they can kind of get back on their feet and, ultimately, live a life free from violence. So that's why, we've been so happy to come out here and support you guys today. And, your club, Seacombe, has been quite active in, reaching out to us and really wanting to do something. So we thought a really good opportunity for us to come down and kind of spread the message.
Yeah.
So we work with women 15 years and over, and we do counselling, we do group programs, and just advocacy for women who don't really have a voice. So, yeah.
That's fantastic, especially in the current times, for women to have a safe place to go and feel that, they're being listened to and, can feel safe and have somewhere that they feel safe to be able to live the life that you've said you've done. So that's fantastic work, and it's great for Seacombe Softball to reach out, especially to a new foundation that's just opened in January. That's fantastic, and again, thank you for coming out. That's really, really great. So I guess we're out here on softball. What do you know about softball? Have you played back in, your younger days? Or
Maybe around like grade 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. So, no, I do enjoy it. I've just been watching for the last 15 minutes, so it's actually quite a good game, I must say. Yeah. And we are in the black and yellow as well, so we're representing the colours, so that's good.
Almost feels planned, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know.
That's so
it's meant to be.
Yeah, well, it truly is such a great initiative by the Seacombe Tigers, Bianca, can you talk to us a little bit about what sort of resources there are or how we could get in touch with you at the Yellow Gate?
Yeah, so we're a voluntary service, so you don't need a referral or anything to come and speak to one of our counsellors. You could literally walk through the front door and access our service. So, and it's a completely free service as well. So we find there's a lot of barriers for women who are needing that support, like financially or just, sometimes it can take months to get in to see a psychologist or a professional. So, we're really pleased that we can offer that for women at no cost and quite accessible as well. So,
Brie Luxon just squared to bunt then after Lara Tamke was struck out to start the inning. So Diaz quick to get back into business here. That's fantastic. I definitely think, how you said, just to be able to alleviate the financial stresses and pressures would be such a key point for anyone who does feel like they need to reach out for your services. So thank you so much for coming on. So yes, tell me more about Year 4 softball. Or T-ball, was it? Maybe? Rounders?
no, I feel like it was softball because there was no pole where I would hit the ball.
Okay,
so,
good.
yeah, I think I've got that fast. I've worked that out. It's not softball or baseball.
Luxon's just going to foul that one back to bring the count to 1 and 2. Diaz pretty quick to find the zone, not messing around.
Yeah, after last inning, she'll be wanting to attack and not be hanging out in that warm weather for too much longer.
Yeah, that first inning she did give up a couple walks and an infield single.
I've noticed she's thrown her off pace and change up a little bit more this inning. So obviously her and Neely have had a conversation off the diamond in the dugout just to say we need to make some slight adjustments.
I think that's one thing that we can see with all the... Luxon's just going to foul that one down third baseline. With all the new players coming in, pitchers, catchers from interstate and overseas, I expect to see those relationships get stronger and stronger. When a pitcher and a catcher comes together for the first time, it can take a little bit to get to know. Not all of us have had the luxury of pitching to Belinda White for the last 15 years. So I expect to see a lot of those pitcher-catcher relationships sort of strengthen as they get to know each other and get to know how they're going to cope in the game. As Luxon's just going to foul that one behind and Neely Peterson. Oh, and she's just going to drop out of her glove and you can see her slam her fist to the ground with frustration. Far out. That would have been up there for a Sparms player of the game moment.
Yeah, that was good for Neely to get up. She located the ball quite quickly. It didn't have a lot of airtime on it, so she's gone to ground to get that. And I think just as she's fallen, it's just caught the wrong part of her hand.
Yeah, the whole, you see it a lot when they have the ball and then as the glove hits the ground, it just sort of bounces it out. But what a fantastic effort there.
So you did mention about that it isn't, have a bit of an open door policy, but so you're based at Noarlunga,
Yeah.
and you have a website, a phone number, all of that anyone can go online and look you up so that they can come and have a visit and a chat and
Yep,
just
so
get some information.
Yeah, if you just Google the Yellow Gate, you can go on our website and it's got all the information there. We obviously don't disclose where our address is, so if people are wanting to come in, they can give us a call and we can let them know where we are, obviously for safety reasons. So.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Diaz will just throw that strikeout to Luxon for the second out of the inning, brings up the 9-hitter, and Catalina Sterian, sorry, got your name mixed up, wrong way. Who is the DP in this game for pitcher Zali Summers.
So Seacombe here have gone 2 outs. First 2 batters they've attacked, and she's just got enough on that. That's going to drop in out at left field. Really good hands there. Diaz will be disappointed after having those two first outs there. Should be wanting to get that third, but very good hands there. It's just fallen in. Not much you can do again. That's that little hole that you can't really defend, which will bring us back to the top of the lineup for Hills, which is Abby Bastion.
Well, Hills Heat will be pretty happy to turn their 9-hitter around, get their 9-hitter on base to turn the leadoff back around. I'm sure they'll just fire Diaz up as she misses for ball 1.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if she has the same approach here with the top of the lineup as she did the lower end of the lineup with the, she does the off-pace pitch, just sitting high there. So she is definitely trying to work that in a little bit more. So it just throws them off balance a little bit because it's not the change-up pace. It's a little bit faster, but just enough to throw off your balance, and then you do throw the change-up that a little bit slower, and it's quite hard to pick up.
She finds the inside corner for strike one. Bastion did have that fly out to Lynn over at second base to start us off in the first inning. We're looking to push through the infield, see if she can get herself on base this time.
Oh, great shot by Abby Bastion through the 5-6 hole straight to left field there, and very quick to get that ball in and hold the runner at 2.
Tompkinson safe as houses there, dropping the knee to stop the ball. There's no play at second or third base.
No chance for shortstop getting on that one.
No,
so
that was a hard hit, wasn't
job.
it? What a great look here on the Sporties Bar replay. So back-to-back hits with 2 out. Brings up the 2-hitter. Chloe Zaklich did have that little hit, that infield single, her first at-bat, that just went over the top of third base. Abby Mossman, picked up by Sasha Muxi. She'll be hoping to do something again similar with a runner in scoring position this time round. She takes a big hack at that one. Brings the count to 1-1.
Good attack there, Regan. That one had a little bit more pop on it. I think she's a little bit happy. Got the first 2 out, 2 back-to-back hits. I don't think she's going to let this batter get near the ball. So very good mentality for a pitch. You don't just give up. Keep working hard for your team. Keep hitting good spots. I hope defense do their job in the field if it does come to them.
Just misses that outside pitch, which is ahead 1 and 2. Not a bad place to live.
Just looking up in the stands, and we have a lot of Seacombe Tigers out here supporting their club day, which is very great to have. I think last year their club day actually got rained out, so they didn't get to have it, and they had everything ready. So I was talking to one of the organisers. Great block there by Nearly. And now this year they've got a little bit of a heat wave, but as mentioned early, they've got the slushy machine going, and I think that's just great on club day that you see all the teams come together. They play on diamond 1 or diamond 3, so you can keep the atmosphere and energy of the teams close by, and everyone can watch.
Payoff pitch here as the counter's full.
Ooh.
And Diaz finds that inside low corner to catch Zaklich, looking for strike 3 and the 3rd out of the inning. Well, Bianca, thank you so much for joining us today, and also thank you for your insight on the Yellow Gate. It's been really, really interesting, I think, for us to learn more about what opportunities or what resources are out there.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, go Seacombe Tigers.
Yeah. So we're here in the middle of the second inning. Scores are tied 0-0. It's a pretty close game here, isn't it?
That was a very big strikeout, and as you said, Reagan's found that inside corner, and a big strike 3 there by Steve Cold. So, yes, very interesting. We did say it was going to be. It's a bit of a pitcher's duel at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what Seacombe do now. They hit their...
we see Abby Mossman come up to bat. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, and Whitney Shepherd hitting 2.
Abby Mossman was out, so we have Whitney Shepherd leading off.
Oh, correct. You're right. You're very right. Thank you for that.
She flied to centre.
She certainly did. Lara Tampier made a good catch up there.
Yeah, so Whitney's another one of the Seacombe imports. So with Becky not being here, she's at first base, which...
Bit of a shuffle.
Yeah, bit of a move around. But I've seen her split the outfielders and get a few singles and doubles. So, you know, their lineup actually goes quite deep this season, even with a few changes up the top. They're still very strong through their 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 even. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Bill does. Now we're going through to the 3rd innings, is it? 3rd innings?
Bottom of the second.
Second innings.
Bottom of the
to
second
see
inning.
if he makes any adjustments, looks at the short game. you know, corners haven't played together, pitcher catcher haven't played together, so there could be some miscommunication.
Well, it is still the first time through the lineup for the Seacombe Tigers as Whitney Shepherd takes a swing and a miss at that one. Can't imagine they've had too much experience facing Summers.
I think this might be the first time I've seen Summers pitch.
It's the first time I've seen a pitch for Hills. I think I've seen a pitch in a certain other colour.
Yes.
3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Straight to business there.
Yep.
She sits down Shepherd for the first out of the inning.
Good aggression there by Shepherd. She's just hitting those low rises very, very nicely on the strike. If you leave them, they are strikes, definitely. So you have to go at them.
You got to
so
swing at
that's
that,
a great
don't you?
spot. Pretty sure I got struck on a similar pitch on Wednesday night.
Brings to bat Hannah Cameron, the centre fielder for the Seacombe Tigers here today. There's that same pitch. Just missed on that one, but that's a really tough pitch to hit.
Starting to cool down a lot here.
Is it? I don't feel like that.
So if you're sitting at home thinking about not coming out later, come on out.
Yeah, the slushy machine.
There's slushies.
Got a couple good matchups today after. As that one's going to go through the batter's box and just sort of, well, it kind of smacked her on the ankle a little bit, didn't it?
The calf. That's going to be a dead leg.
That's
Yeah.
sore.
Well, she does a good job trotting up to first base, giving a bit of a rub out. As we see here on the Sporties Bar replay, that ball just slips a bit out of Summers' arms. Got her in the back of the calf, sort of tib ant area.
But that's a
Bit of
runner
a dance move there. Yeah, Seacombe will be happy for a runner on. One out, and that will bring to bat their 8-hitter in Sasha Mutzi. Just a bit of a timeout, and we see Summers over there just checking to make sure that Cameron's okay. Love to see that.
Yeah, as a pitcher, Steph, very interesting.
Yes, Belle.
When you do hit a pitcher, what's your...
When I hit a pitcher?
hit a batter, what's your mindset like? Does it all depend on the game?
Depends how
who
I
you're
hit them, I
playing?
think.
Yeah, if you hit them, you
'Cause
don't ever really intentionally
No, of course not.
hit
But sometimes
a
the
batter.
hitters turn into it, and then I get really frustrated.
That's what
But
I
if
was
it clean, that one went clean through the
Yeah.
batter's box, I'm normally quite apologetic.
Yeah.
That one is a little bit your fault then, isn't it?
Yeah. As Mutzi's going to just full foul down the left field line. Gee, that would be a nice piece for Tigers.
Had a few drop in just there.
Yeah. Bit of dead man's alley over there.
Putting it to a 1-1 count with 1 out and a runner at first. Oh, there's a change up down the middle at a good height there. Zali has a smile on her face there with that
She
pitch.
is
was
very
pretty happy.
smiley over there, isn't she?
I don't know if she's
Softball's all
happy
a
with
bit of
that or
fun.
it went to the wrong spot. Good eyes.
The batter will never know.
Yes. Only the pitcher and catcher. Good eyes there by Mutzi's staff, that high one, because Zali has been attacking up in that zone and it's just not working for the Seacombe Tigers to get after it. So we'll see what. Change up again.
Mutzi's just gone up. Ooh. Mutzi's just going to get her hands to that, and we see Williams come down from first base. I definitely heard someone calling. I thought it was Williams, but I'm guessing maybe Hogginson couldn't hear, as we see here in the Sporties Bar replay. She tracked that ball the whole way, ready to dive.
She would have had
She
it too,
did
I
dive.
reckon.
I think she probably would have had it
Had
too.
it. Very lucky there not to knock
to
herself
drop
out
that,
on
yeah.
the knee and knock the ball
So
out.
hopefully she's all right after that. It was
Yeah.
she absolutely would have had it. And you can
fire.
see she had no idea Williams was there, did she?
No. Everyone looks all right though, so it's all
That's the
good at
main
the end of the day. And the ball stayed in a glove.
Yeah, got the out. No one got hurt. It's a win. So we have 2 out and the runner doesn't advance on the play.
Yeah, that could have gone disastrous, really, because that could have fallen out the glove. There could have been runners. It could have been mayhem. So Williams did a really good job to hold on to that one.
Not easy to do too, because although Courtney didn't see Megan probably didn't see her either.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the ball.
Yeah.
So it would have been quite a shock.
So Summers really using that rise ball today. So we'll definitely, that first time through the lineup still for Seacombe Tigers, but we'll be hoping to see a little bit of an adjustment potentially, as this 9-hitter Tash Mays is up to bat, falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes.
she fouls that off, gets to it nicely. And again, that play before there is just about communication and the, you know, players getting to know each other. Megan is a third base shortstop. She plays a bit of everywhere for the Hills, so she's not your, you know, she's quite athletic. She can move to get that.
She's quite versatile.
Yeah, so Courtney probably isn't used to, you know, having a first base that maybe comes down and actually takes that play. So
yeah, definitely a few moving parts for a few teams, because here we see with the Hills we've got Zali pitching, we've got Lawrence in at third, so people have shuffled around a little bit. We've seen a bit of a shuffle with Seacombe as well, with Havis away today.
Tasha's coming back for a really good at bat here. She went down swinging, well, 2 strikes swinging, not really close to the ball, and now she's made contact twice and watched a ball across. You can see she's shortened up. She's just trying to get that ball in play.
And does exactly that. Good call there, Gemma. Straight back to the pitcher for an easy play to Zali, but easy play to Megan. But yeah, great job there on the adjustment, putting that ball into play with none out. That potentially moves a runner or anything like that. So no one advances, and we're still 0-0 here.
Well, thanks to the Arkaba Hotel, our broadcast partners, we are here at the bottom of the second inning. Scores are tied 0-0. It is a little bit early on, but have we had any thoughts around our Sparms player of the game yet, Belinda?
It's a bit of a pitcher's duel at the moment, to be honest. No one's really broken it open with a hit or anything, but anything can happen. I can see they're going through the second time in the lineup. So really it could change, but right now it's between Zali and Reagan.
I love that. Thanks to Sparms. Sparms stands for Sun Protection Arm Sleeves. They are proudly Australian owned and operated, based in the Gold Coast in Queensland, also known as Australia's Sunshine State. They were founded back in 2010, and they specialise in high-tech athletic apparel designed for maximum sun protection, especially important out here at sunny West Beach. Their products are sustainable, adaptable and rooted in innovation sun safety solutions. Sparms designs lightweight, breathable and UV protective apparel trusted by elite athletes in sports like many sports, but also softball. Because our Sparms player of the game will be receiving a Sparms voucher, which is very, very kind of Sparms, to donate to us today.
I'm going to have to play well next time we're on the broadcast, because I could do with some Sparms.
I could definitely do with some Sparms. Absolutely. Especially while I'm not playing, although that would be hard for me to win while I'm not playing, but because my legs are out. So that will bring to bat Courtney Hogginson, the catcher, after taking that little bit of a collision with their first base, in the last inning, comes to bat. Just looking to get herself on base for a team.
Yeah, not a bad part of the lineup here for the Hills Heat. They've got their 3, 4, 5 batters coming up, and let's see, really need the lead-offs to get on so they can make something happen. If she does, maybe call for the bunts in this situation.
Tough, because you've arguably got two of their best hitters in Hawkinson and King.
Correct. Oh, she's just got on that, and it's fallen in the
gap,
I guess.
Again,
I was like 5, 6,
for a safe hit
7 hole out there.
Lead us off in the top of the third.
The 3 hits today have all.
You know, for every line drive that gets caught, that falls in.
Yeah,
that's how.
I have been noticing where left field's standing because of the wind. They are very more centre field side. Same with shortstop, playing a bit more up the middle, so that gap is open. So
I think I have seen Mutsy typically play quite up the middle before. Or potentially maybe she's just shifted now with a runner on one.
Yes, potentially. But Georgia King shows the bunt and pulls out. That would have been a very nice play to do. But I reckon Reggie might look at her fake bunt hard slap, because she just showed the bunt.
We know Peterson has a good arm.
I should be a coach. So she showed the bunt to make the corners feel, come in a bit closer. And then she's gone a fake bunt hard slap, and Georgia's had a real good crack at that.
And you think, knowing that Peterson's going with those rise balls from Diaz, she has a bit of everything, so we know that she can throw a bit of anywhere, but in this situation she's gone up, trying to get her to pop up, and again brings a count to 1 and 2.
Very good eyes there. Yes, Reagan's very known for throwing that up pitch. It's never really a strike, but she's getting Hills chasing it, so I'd keep throwing it if you're going to keep chasing it.
So Belle, what sort of adjustment would you have coming to the bat if you were in Hills Heat, as King just fans that one behind her to stay alive in the count?
Oh, obviously shorten up, and just get the ball
Obviously to
into
you,
play.
not obviously to everyone else.
Sorry, not obviously, sorry. Shorten up, and we're just looking at eyes down. You don't need to smash the ball anywhere. If she puts the ball into play and can advance and run, it's no different than her putting her bunt down here. But she definitely has to stay disciplined and keep her eyes down and not chase that up pitch.
I suppose something similar could be said for the Seacombe Tigers coming up against Ali Summers. Both pitchers using that up ball quite a bit today. Might be a game of who can make the adjustment first.
Yes, correct.
And like Belle said, just getting the ball in play. Softball, we've seen it today as well. It's a weird game. If you hit the ball, you get all of the ball and you get out. You get some of it, you get it.
Yes.
You know, it's a safe hit. So just putting the ball in play, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
As King will take strike 3 on that one.
That's
Bit of a smile there for Diaz as she...
That's a very good setup play. That was off the plate, but a 50-50 pitch here.
Great look
as you see
here
again.
on the Sporties Bar replay.
But she did attack. We said keep your eyes down in this count, and she did keep her eyes down and attack that. If she doesn't swing at that, definitely got no chance of hitting the ball, and that was definitely a strike. So this brings up Megan Williams now. I guess the other adjustment is because both teams are throwing that high pitch where every batter's quite under the ball. So I'd be looking at kind of a bit of a chop swing. So trying to attack my swing from top down to get on top of the rise, because they are a strike. So you do need to tackle them. They are sitting under the letters of the team shirt, so Heats and Tigers jerseys. So, or go right to the back of the box. Right at the box, stay off of it, and potentially it crosses the plate too high by the time it gets to you.
And just wait for something that's a little bit lower.
Correct. Yeah.
Williams fouls that one off.
It's a whole lot of thinking for batting when
yeah.
you're not meant to think. So, sorry. You're not meant to think when you're batting. This is the stuff you think about when you're in the on-deck circle. Can I just put that in there?
Great
If you're trying to go
advice.
through that whole process in the at-bat, you are going to strike out.
Speaking from experience, or
Sometimes,
I'm
yes.
kidding.
Sometimes when I'm standing there, I'm just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
You know? We train, we do everything we can. You just got to trust yourself.
And that's a good swing by Megan at that pitch on the out, just slightly under it.
I think that brings the count to 2-2.
You see Megan there shortening up, slightly turning her hip just to adjust the ball, just to make her swing a bit more compact and quicker to the zone.
Yeah, that's a great pitch to lay off there. It's a great pitch by Diaz, but also a really hard one for Williams
I mean,
to lay
second time
off.
through the lineup, all the batters should be watching what their pitcher is throwing, and they should notice that she's just sitting on the up quite consistently.
Diaz, Williams is going to punch that one into play, moving Hokinson to second. There was no real play at second, as it was a bit of a slow roller to Mosman.
Came off the end, spun a bit.
It
got to her quicker than
fairly
it
quick,
seemed.
yeah.
It
Didn't even
was
look
going
at
to,
second.
yeah.
So I think with the couple strikes, the deeper in the count, Hawkinson was taking a bit of a bigger lead off it first. Saw the ball down straight off the bat, took off right away.
Yeah.
Brings to bat third baseman Sophie Lawrence for the Hills Heat today. 2 out, runner on second base and scoring position.
Got the courtesy runner in. Not sure
Yeah,
who
that looks
that
like it might be
is.
Marek out
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Zoe Marek running for catcher Courtney Hawkinson.
Not a bad runner to put on. She is very, very quick. So if Sophie can put the ball to the outfield, this wind is holding it up, so it's not actually going to the outfielders quite quickly. The grass is slowing it down. She should easily score. And just does
As
that.
Lawrence finds that centre right gap, and Marek is going to come standing into home plate. Absolutely no worries. What a great shot by Sophie Lawrence here today.
Behind the runner, perfect.
Yeah, textbook,
Perfect
wasn't it?
textbook.
Perfect.
Exactly.
With 2 out on the inning, Marek took off as soon as she saw that pitch was hit. Lynn got pretty close to it at second base, but that was throwing hand side for the lefty out there in centre field. Meant she had to take a bit of a longer route to pick the ball up, and Marek standing up, easy days.
Yeah, she moved quick. You couldn't ask for better placement than that ball. It just perfect.
Yeah, definitely no play at the plate, so good on centre field throwing it straight into 2. And just textbook softball, that's what you
Yeah,
want.
that was
Runner
some
in
great
scoring
hitting.
position to the outfield. Wasn't hit overly hard, but just good contact. Oh, she goes for the pick off at 1.
Peterson does bring her back to the base a little bit there, doesn't she? She's got a good arm behind the plate, Peterson.
I love a good 2-out kickoff. Like so, early in the game, why not have a crack? Later in the game when it's 1-0, maybe not, because the runner may move, but Temke swings at that low and in there. So Diaz attacks that last batter, gets 3 strikes on her, ends the innings, and Hills Heat score 1 run off a Sophie Lawrence hit to centre field, and substitute runner Zoe scores for the Hills. So it will be interesting to see now Seacombe going through their second time in the lineup, just like Hills did. They made an adjustment. Let's see what adjustment Seacombe does and see if they bring in the short game. Bill is quite big on the short game. As we said, the Hills have got a new third baseman that hasn't played there, so just the communication. We'll see what happens this stick.
So we are in the middle of the 3rd inning. A couple other good matchups today. We'll see West Torrens play Sturt. A little rematch from Wednesday night's game, Melinda. Will be on after this one. What other games have we got today, Gemma?
Glenelg v Port.
And Glenelg v Port. I tell you what, I feel like I keep saying, oh, that's a good game. Literally every game has the potential to go either way.
We're going to keep saying it, but this season is anyone's. Like, there has just been so much happen. Everyone's beating everyone. Every game there's so much happening. It's really exciting. There's well, bite my tongue because this is a lower scoring game so far. Still early days, but we've had some higher scoring games. So it's really exciting.
Yes, definitely a lot of runs have been scored this season. It'll be interesting to see exact numbers, but I'll save that for James and Anthony, the stats guys,
boys,
to fill the viewers in on that.
Well, we do see Seacombe sitting in the 5 position on the ladder right now. Hills are down in that 7 spot, but for Seacombe today, they'll be really wanting to come back and get a win for their club day. They've had a tough couple seasons for the last couple seasons, but boy, oh boy, every time I see them play, I feel like they're getting better and better. And they've been so competitive. I think last season they were hard done by in a lot of games. They were pretty much in every single game they played. I think their standing at the end of the season was not very reflective of actually how competitive they were for the entirety of the season, as Tompkinson's just going to pop that one up over to shortstop Abby Bastian.
Gets the first out. Seacombe did come out of the gate very, very fast. They were four wins, no losses in the first part of the season. And I think just as the season's gone on, we've played, several games. You have your Wednesday and Saturday night games. Everyone's starting to see, play each other twice now. They've seen all the new import pitches and everything like that. So teams are adjusting. But yeah, it makes, Seacombe came out and they were blitzing everyone, and then now everything sort of just settled down and anything can happen.
Bree Lint is the hitter on deck now. She did walk her last at bat. She's been around a few seasons now for the Seacombe Tigers, so good to see her keep coming back.
Good consistent player, Bree.
Yeah, absolutely. Does a little bit of everything for Seacombe. She can catch, she can play in the field, she hits, obviously.
Very good.
Well, she's been quite a key leader for Tigers over the last few seasons, so really good to see her here.
Yeah, she sort of settled into that 2-hole for them.
Yeah, I like that for her. She fouls that one back.
Good pitch to go at there. I think the count was in favour. What was the count then?
1-1, maybe?
Yeah. Good one to go at.
C. Wallace all over it. 2-1.
Perfect. As a pitcher with 1-on-1, you're not wanting to get behind in the count, so you're going to put it there. So as a batter, it's definitely a hitter's count as such, or an attacking pitch, but be quite disciplined. So very good eyes there by Bree to hold back on that.
See the count there, 3-1 by Steve Wallace-Yarrow behind the plate. Calling balls fantastically. I think it's been pretty consistent across both teams with pitchers throwing similar pitches. As he's going to call that one for a strike. You can see Lint was maybe not so impressed with that. Maybe she wasn't impressed with it at herself.
Probably, yeah, because that pitch has been a strike all day, and it is a strike. Hitters out there.
Especially when you see that sort of angle of that rise
here.
1-0 hit the pitch. Oh, good turn on that. It's exactly how she needs to go at that pitch. She kept her hands up and she turned well on that. So,
well, that one looked like it was maybe a ball above the one called for a strike. But that does bring the count to a full count. So she'll be doing everything she can to foul off anything close after she did walk her last at bat.
She'll be wanting to get on here, obviously, but especially with Diaz and Peterson coming up behind her, it's a really good opportunity for Seacombe.
Really good eyes there by Bree, not just to get a little bit happy there. That was pretty much a bowl out of the hand, but sometimes on those slow pitches you can get fooled. But yes, that is great to get the lead-off batter on.
The lead-off was flied out to shortstop.
Take that back.
Bree was the two-hitter. That's her second walk for the day. Summers has only thrown 3 walks, 2 of them to Lint, so she's got a good eye. Brings up to bat Regan Diaz, who did hit that ball to third base, Sophie Lawrence, last time for the fielder's choice, and then tried to steal second and not brought back by Steve.
We spoke about the short game at the top of this innings. What are we thinking?
If you go short game, I would do it as a running bunt because Diaz has speed.
She is
Do you know what, Diaz? I think Diaz does a running bunt on her own accord, so I reckon it's how she's feeling in the box, how confident she's feeling, how the game's going for her as to if she drops it. But
Counts 1-1. We see Coach Benedictson over there putting on some signs. See if anything comes of that.
I mean, she's in the 3-hole to be aggressive and hit the ball. So as a lead-off batter, she was the last most of the season so far.
There's that change up by
That's
Summers
where
for a
that
ball.
bunt comes in. But she bunts, she gets out. You got 2 out.
You do have
Runner
Peterson,
at
who
2.
is seeing the ball well. She did have a walk her first at bat, but we know she's been seeing the ball well all season so far. Seacombe are down. Heels do have the lead 1-0 at the moment. There's that running bunt that we know that she can sneak down.
I mean, she is so quick. So if she does get that down, I mean,
No chance.
you know.
You can see Lawrence over there at third base having a bit of a laugh. Don't think she was expecting that.
We weren't expecting that. So.
Diaz is one of those batters as a third base. You don't want to be too close because she can rip it at you, but then she'll do that. Belle, I hate for that also.
Yeah,
because
she does that too.
I'm like, where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to stand? I don't want to lose my head. But then so if you're bunting, you're there, mate. So like, good for you.
Yeah. Payoff pitch here. Full count on the hitter. As Diaz is going to get just underneath it, flying out to right field. Brie Luxon over there takes it quite comfortably. Lint will hold up at 1 for the second out of the inning.
Very good running there by Brie. We do see quite often that a fly to right, they're sitting under it and everyone just stands at 1 watching it. But if she does drop that ball, there's no chance of getting to 2 without being thrown out. So she had a big jump, she held, saw she had it in her glove. She knows she's got plenty of time to come back. If she does drop it and she's halfway, she's looking at third base. So it's a big jump, but it's risky sometimes, but the reward that comes with it is worth it. But she had plenty of time to get back, so good base running.
Well, Summers comes up with ball 1 on the hitter. There are 2 out, runner on first base.
Nearly will be wanting to hit here for sure. She'll be looking to hit hard ball, hit a gap.
She gets just underneath that as Lawrence is going to call that over at third. She ended up taking it just about at shortstop, as we actually saw, I don't know if anyone noticed, Lint was running on the pitch. So whether that was a blind steal or a hit and run.
Was it a full count?
No.
Okay.
1 ball.
I was going to say
that was from the last
Okay,
one.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, she hasn't been in there for that long. Has she? Zone out.
No.
No,
So
that makes sense.
some
I think
great
that was
pitching there by Summers to get through sort of the heart of that lineup there with no damage.
I reckon that was a hit and run play. 1 ball, so you know Summers has been attacking the zone. So good call over there by Bill because she was going to throw something nicely, and Neely's quite tall, so that pitch is just sitting quite nicely for her type of swing. But she just got a little bit under it, and Hills get out of it and are still up 1-0.
Well, at the end of the third inning, we have seen Summers pitch really well so far. She has only had the 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, but Seacombe Tigers are yet to have a hit in this ball game. On the flip side, we see Diaz from the circle for the Seacombe Tigers. She's had 6 strikeouts but given up 4 hits, and Hills Heat have obviously managed to score that 1 run, putting them up 1-0 right now. We are at about the 60-minute mark. We do have about 30 minutes left of game time. Gosh, so much has happened.
A lot's happened.
Interesting, but close game. As we said from the start, guys, we should really be predictors of everything.
Predictors.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.
We should predict what's happening. Who's going to win the grand final and what teams are going to be in it.
Mate, that'd be a really good
Does anyone want to make the call
That'd be
now?
a big call right now.
Because if you do, you
Would be an
better.
early
Well,
call. You better back it up.
in early days, Abby Mossman did make a big call on commentary.
Did she now?
About it. Potential finals
Yeah,
or grand
right.
finals. So, you know what, though?
You gotta back
Confidence.
yourselves.
Exactly,
That's it.
confidence. If you don't have confidence, it's really hard to play this
Well,
game.
to kick off the top of the 4th inning, we see Brie Luxon, the 8-hitter, coming up to bat as she just tries to sneak down a little running bunt. So good to see Hills making some adjustments, or trying to make those adjustments.
Yeah, caught Abby off guard, but you've also got Diaz, who is literally a middle infielder, third base pitcher.
But happens
She's
to be the
everywhere.
I
pitching.
don't think I've seen her catch this,
I'm
this
sure she
season or
probably
last
could.
season, but you know
I'm sure
what?
she
If
could.
they desperately need someone, I'm sure she could do it.
I'm sure she could.
Nice off-pace pitch on the out there.
Diaz has come off the back of playing a season in Italy as well, so we know that she's got games under her belt. She went straight from the local season last year here, where we know she got lots of game time with. She threw plenty of pitches. She went over to Italy. She pitched for Macerata last year, and then she's come straight into this season. Her body would be fine, I imagine, as she fouls that one back. But it can be
Yes.
really tough. Don't underestimate how tough it is just to back it up season after season after season without that break. It can be really tough to do. So Diaz is looking pretty strong out there.
Definitely mentally more than physically. You have to be fit. I think people that go and travel and play, make it sort of their full-time job, you have to have some sort of physical fitness, and just fouls that right side. But yeah, mentally, you do, you know, Steph, you and I have done that quite a bit. It's just want to be home in your own bed. So Diaz has gone, what's this, 3 season, Italy,
I'm not sure
Adelaide,
when she finished
Italy,
college.
then here. I'm not sure if she's gone home. You know, some people like that. Some people aren't home people. But
Home people.
it is, your own bed is your own bed. And
Absolutely.
It's a good fight from the 8-hitter.
Yeah. Absolutely. 8 and 9. What's the phrase? 7, 8, 9.
Get it done. That's how
Something like
games
that.
are won.
There we go. There it is.
I'm a big fan of the broadcast, so
You've got all of it down back. Oh, and
big
2's
fan
the
of
count.
Eric.
As there's that off-speed, Luxon's going to just foul it down the line.
this is exactly the kind of at-bat you want from your 8.
Absolutely.
That'll make the pitcher throw more pitches. You know, get her tired.
It's hot. We
Get
keep
her
saying it,
overthinking.
but it's warm.
Yep.
You don't want to be out there.
Overthinking, get her to make a mistake
Yeah.
after throwing so many pitches. She'll put one there. It
And you know
happens.
what? It can be frustrating too, because potentially that mistake might not be made to Luxon, but she's seen some pitches. She's made her work. That mistake could be the next hitter.
And then she throws the off-pace pitch on the out.
Well, no mistakes on that one there as she finds strike 3 on Luxon to bring up the 9-hitter.
Good mix of
For
pitches
her
there.
7th strikeout. Here we can see on the Sporties Bar replay, there is that off-speed that really just drops down right at the end of the zone.
That's a great little spot because it does sit high and you think it's going to go up, but it just, as you say, drops down right into the zone, and that stayed about belt height the whole way. So it's a great
Comes
little pitch
hard
there.
to off the back of that change-up. She comes in hard for a strike 1 on Serian, who did have that save hit to left field last time, so she'll be looking to get something going for the Heels and turn over the top of the lineup. 1 run probably isn't enough in this ball game, I would infer.
Things can happen very quickly, and we have
Absolutely.
seen that this season. There has been games won in the bottom of the last inning.
That's what I...
Multiple times.
Multiple
games.
times. You really,
Or big comebacks that
very
put the
close
pressure.
to,
But
which
with
we're
one
familiar with
run-
from last week.
Yeah. The comebacks,
We
though,
have
you've got to have
run
a few
rules that
runs.
have happened exclusively in the last inning.
Yeah. Like we
Yeah.
keep saying it, but this season, it's just crazy. Anything can happen. 1 run is never going to be enough.
I definitely think with the structure of the season, we play Wednesdays, we play Saturdays, we play, in some instances, we play the same team back-to-back, which West Torrens is doing today. It's really going to be a matter of your depth of your lineup, I think, is going to be really important. Not just your depth in your 1 through 9 hitters, but also the pitching staff. We know that the Seacombe Tigers have Diaz in the circle, who's doing a great job. They've also got Shepherd over there at first base. We know they've got options. We know that Summers has come down to pitch for the Hills heat, but there's a couple other youngsters coming through. So they'll be looking to Summers to sort of stand up in that leadership position. But this season, I think there's going to be quite a big emphasis on that sort of depth in the lineup.
Yeah, for sure.
As she's going to swing at that rise ball for strike 3, she shakes her head trotting off. Rise balls are hard to lay off. I'm just going to say it.
Everyone throws Steph a rise.
Well, I think they do anyway. They do anyway.
Coming from a rise ball.
Yeah, I know. You'd think I'd be able to hit them, wouldn't you?
No, it is a pretty pitch because it can be located low, you know, middle, low, high, and if you just get it right, you get the, like I say, catch the batter swinging in a good count.
Yeah, especially on 2 strikes. You don't want to go down watching, and depending as well where you are in the box and how low it's coming in, it can really get you.
But it's good that Hills are coming out and they're swinging the bat. They're wanting to put ball in play, wanting to attack Diaz.
Nice pitch.
Abby Ashton's coming up for a 3rd at bat. She'll be looking for a hit here. Or?
Yeah, she did have a hit to left field last time. First at bat, she did fly out. Hills are up by nothing. Sort of might take that little bit of stress off. They can play a little bit freer. They can swing the bat with a bit more freedom.
Just missing inside edge there. Good eyes by Abby, because that's a tough pitch to get at. If you just miss time that, you were jammed.
Especially on a 2-0 count when you're thinking, I'm in a hitter's count, I'm swinging. That's
you also got to make sure it's your
anyway.
pitch. Yes, we've got 3-0 here on Abby.
So you see Diaz almost middle that, really. Looked like she missed that inside pitch.
What's your thought on 3-0 hitting, Steph? Gemma, any thoughts on it?
At this point in the game, maybe not, with only 1 run. But also then maybe because of that. Because if it's going to be right there, but then you get that, so.
As Bastion will take
she
off
hasn't
quick.
thrown a wild pitch all game,
No.
so
No.
chances, you're like.
She takes off quick there, hoping to steal a second base.
Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
But Peterson was pretty quick to pick that one up.
Yeah.
I'm not big on that pitch, but it's such a pitcher's count. A hitter's count. I feel it depends on how close those pitches have been from the
Previously,
pitcher.
I agree.
Like if she's only just missing edges, I'm like, you know what, she's missing that in. Maybe go
She's
after
throwing
it.
good
But if she's
pitches.
throwing wild pitches
Over
and
the
stuff like
backside,
that, then nah, just let that one go by.
Is that her strikeout count as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, well, sorry, no one else can see.
So Diaz has 8 strikeouts on
Yes.
the day, so she know that
It's
she's
around
around
the
the mark.
mark. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's been a good mix between looking and swinging as well. As Zach Ledger's just going to pop that up, and Lint's going to come through to take the 3rd out of the inning.
Diaz thought she's done enough pitching that she'll let the second baseman take that one. But it was
Someone
a
else
little
will
bit
get
further than the last one she did take. So good innings there for Seacombe Tigers. They wanted to get in and out quickly, and then they'll want to have a hit because we are getting to the 25
Pointy
minutes
end.
left.
Yes.
We might get another.
We're looking at
Two-
the
another
top of the
innings and a bit,
4th
yeah.
here. So Hills will
the fifth.
field, Seacombe will get this hit. No, what are we in? Bottom of the 4th.
Yes.
Bottom of the 4th, yeah, sorry everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Anthony's going to take back that good job, girls message. So sorry, Anthony. Hope you're having a great time on KI.
We are at the bottom of the 4th inning here. Seacombe are down by 1 run, so we'll definitely get a 5th inning. Well, actually, I shouldn't say definitely. Seacombe could quite well take this away and hit for 30 minutes.
I mean, this is what, their 3rd time through, so they've seen her now, whether they've been up
Second time. Abby
second
Mossman
time?
will come up. This is her
Yeah.
2nd at bat.
Okay, so we're about halfway through the lineup for their 2nd time.
We'll see Summers
We're
is
only
still
going
yet to
through-
give a hit.
Yeah.
Seacombe only gone through their lineup for the 2nd time. Hills just started their 3rd time through the lineup. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And again, couldn't call the player of the game. Like, it could be either of the pitchers. It could be Sophie Lawrence for hit and scoring the only run at the moment.
Could be
but
Hodkinson. She was that run. She's done a great job behind the home plate.
It could be really anyone. It's 2 hits,
So much
two
game left to
two
go.
back-to-back doubles, or a double and then an error. Run scores. We're all at 1-1-0 then. So it's any man's game, and there's actually still plenty of time.
Things can happen so fast too.
Abby being very aggressive in her at-bat now. She's behind in the count, 2 strikes, no balls. I'm calling Zali to throw that little up and out pitch on this.
You're going to call
Sorry,
the,
I'm a
call the
catcher.
game from the...
I just can't help it. I'm like,
I don't know into.
oh, you're on the change-up,
Ooh.
and that flies to rights.
Luxon will take that. She's had a few plays out there. Absolutely no worries out there. As you see her and Tampi all smiles out there. Just sort of dropped her hands a little bit on that off speed.
3 pitches, that's what you want. 3 pitches,
Absolutely.
1 out.
We'll
Done.
bring to bat Shepherd.
Summer's yet to give up a hit, but there has been a fair bit of connection.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can just start to get these gapping a little bit.
She's just also started to bring in the change-up too, which is just throwing the Seacombe batters off enough to not allow them to get clean.
Yeah, Hills Heat have played some pretty good
Swings.
defense today. She finds that up and in. That one, great pitch, but just high for a ball. She keeps trying to hammer that up and in pitch. Missed that one too.
Well, Courtney did come out and swing 3 pitches at 3 rise balls, so definitely smart calling of catcher. I would do the exact same thing. She chases once, you never know.
Might have a little bit more of a game plan this time around.
Yeah.
As she swings at that up and in pitch again. That's a great pitch by Summers though.
Great call, Val.
And Courtney's quite tall, and so that pitch is right there for someone of that height. If you can keep your hands on top of it, you're right there. Great odds there by batter, and great spot there, Zali. 50th pitch on the outside.
Not much in that.
She's been throwing up and in the whole time, just changed it there. So really good eyes there by Courtney to stay off that one.
As that one there is called for a strike on the hit. You can see Shepherd is not happy with that one, but Summers manages to find the corner of the
You're on
plate.
full count. Your zone has to be that
Close
little
enough
bit.
to call, close enough to swing.
Correct. We're watching the replay right now, and that's right on the top of the knee.
Yeah.
That's a very threaded pitch there, and very good framing there by the catcher just to hold it there. But with a full count,
great
you've got to tap. Your zone has to be just that tad bigger.
Brings to bat Hannah Cameron. She did fly out to Williams last time on that ball that we saw Williams and Hokinson have a bit of a, yeah.
And I guess from that, as catchers, that's why we leave our mask on. So that if you do want to dive,
So you can,
you're not going to break your nose. You're a little bit protected. It might hurt the other person, but no one's going to
not
do
as much
face
as it would
damage.
hurt, yeah.
A leg's going to come off a little bit better than your face. So
Just missing there on the out, and a wide throw back by the catcher. Lucky no runners on.
a lot of teamwork to get that ball back in. Everyone gets
Hills
a go.
are definitely fired up here, which so they should be. They've played a really, really good game. Zali's really helped them there. Their D's stay tight when the ball has come into play.
Coming into this, I really didn't know what we were going to get because it could be anyone's game.
Could have blown out both ways.
It could
by
have,
Hills,
and it
but
on it, and it still could.
correct.
Who knows?
We've still got time.
Yeah.
Great block there by the catcher. Good eyes by Cameron not to get too hit eager, or swing eager, should I say, and chase that low one. Oh,
Cameron laces that one really to shortstop, but Bastion picks it up, no worries, with the out at one.
that was a great swing there. The batter before Courtney was struck out on the exact same pitch, so she learned that she needed to go after that down in pitch because it will get cold.
Had good hands, but Hills Heat defence holding up pretty strong this game so far. We see Hills Heat still in the league. A win here to the Hills, should this score hold up, will pull them up into 6 points, which actually has them tied with Seacombe and Glenelg. Glenelg have another game today, so we'll wait and see.
Pressure.
But that would create a 3-way tie for 5th position.
Wow.
And we do see a 2-way tie currently in 2nd position. Runs against, actually, Port Adelaide and West Torrens are exactly the same. The only thing separating Port and West Torrens is 5 runs 4,
Wow.
which is interesting. But then we see Sturt behind them with 1 point. So not much. A win here would separate 2nd place from last place, essentially, by 1 game.
Is this games played as well, this first column?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm just seeing if it's the same for the 2 teams that are on almost the exact same score.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities
Yeah.
here. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that'll be 8 and 8.
Yep.
We do see
I'm
Walkerville at the
intrigued
top
by the
there on
ladder.
13 points. They have played the most games
They
on the
have.
season so far, with 9 games and 13 points.
Oh,
So
yeah, quite a few
that'll
games
start
ahead.
to even out as
They won't play a
as
few
the
Wednesday night
yeah. So
games
we
and
do
that.
have a bye here on Saturdays. There's only 4 out of the 7 teams will play on a Wednesday. So we do see some of the games throughout the season that played go back and forth.
Yeah.
So sometimes the ladder is a little bit tricky to read, I suppose, but it'll all come out in the wash.
That's it.
And to lead us off in the top of the 5th inning, here for the Hills Heat, we see catcher Courtney Hawkinson. She had that hit to left field to start us off in the 3rd inning. She is the sole run for the game so far to give the Hills a lead 1-0. So she'll be looking to do something again here, just to give the Hills a little bit more breathing space.
But they've gone into the top of the 5th, so Seacombe still have 1 more chance. If they can hold here and they come up to their top of their lineup, I'm pretty sure. Nope.
We'll have 8-9-1. Yep. 7-8-9.
So not a bad spot to be
8-9-1.
in. They can hold tight here. But
Yeah, we are at 4:14. So there is 11 more minutes until no new innings. And this is the top of the 5th inning we're looking at here. So this could very well be it for last at-bat potentially here for the Hills Heat. Seacombe will have another at-bat. Good eyes there by Hokinson to draw a walk to start us off.
4 straight balls there. And Diaz has asked for time. Just wants to have a little chat to Neely. Maybe a little bit of a breather.
It is warm out
Because
there.
it was a very quick innings for Seacombe, so she probably didn't get much of time to come out. Now Bill's come out just to slow it down, probably just to regroup. You know, walking the lead off, we know how damaging that can be. I am calling the bunt this time. I think they're going to go for 1 more run. So I think Georgia King's going to look to get the sack down. It wouldn't surprise me if they put maybe a pinch runner on for Courtney, or maybe they'll wait for her to get to 2.
We do know that Hills Heat have that bench. They've got Zoe Marrick, who was used as a catcher runner. They've got Erin, Adams McDonald, Claire Mohan Ram, and Mia. Zoe probably the one to go to, I would imagine, for running as a couple pitches on the bench.
I'd be looking for the lead runner here, Seacombe, but you've got to be 100% sure of it. If you don't get that ball, that bunt quick enough or cleanly, you just need to get the out at 1. I'd be pinching. Corners come in a little bit. Back your hand. Back your glove here. See if we can get him a pop-up.
Is she throwing up? She is. And there it is.
There's that rise ball
Yeah.
thrown by Diaz,
It's
called
almost like
by
we've played
Peterson.
this game for a very, very long time. What
We
would
see
Lee-
here on the Sporties Bar replay, ball popped up to nearly. She was right there, really.
Yeah.
The ball basically went into her glove
That
for
was
her.
textbook defense right there. And as Lee Hull says, never bunt on the first
Nah,
pitch.
you almost guarantee that it's going to...
You're
If they've
gonna
got
be
a
a
rise
rise
ball,
ball,
it's going to be
It's
up.
going to be up, yeah. Which brings up Megan Williams here. So we'll see. She'll be looking for a hard ground ball to advance that runner
Did
somehow.
have that ground ball to Mossman back in the 3rd inning. Struck out her first at bat looking. But we know she has power. We know she can do a job for the Hills as one of the veterans leading this team.
Good spot there by Diaz, just missing on the up. there.
Megan, very patient and has a good eye. So, I mean, she started off like that, but also aggressive. If the ball is where she wants it, she will have a good hard swing. Oh, she likes that one.
I think she thought that was the one to go out. And again, it's an outside pitch with a runner at 1. You want to hit behind the runner. Give your runner at 1 chance to get to 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
strike 2.
I think we might have gotten a bit excited about that. There was 2 strikes. It's all right. Has a bit of a smile, a bit of a laugh. It's all right.
Hey, we had Diaz running off with 2 out before.
Exactly.
So we're all human here.
It is pretty hot out there. You do get to see the teams sit on the dugout in their respective hitting innings, but we do see the Blues out there the whole game, so absolutely props to them. It will be hot out there.
Yeah.
I hope they're getting themselves plenty of water throughout the game.
Yeah. Especially Steve in his kit.
With the protective wear.
Yeah, it's warm.
So that brings the count back to 2 and 2.
Full,
full? Oh, sorry, it is full now. Oh, and just
Williams
ball in play.
Great running there by Hokinson as she slides in safely at second base. Ball was chopped to...
Yeah, that was just great contact.
Yeah.
Makes it hard, chops it there, which means you have to wait for the ball.
Hokinson read it well, because it was chopped, she knew straight away. She didn't need to hold up. You can see, she did look safe.
Yep, definitely safe. And heads up play by Mutsi. She had no chance of the play at 1. Her only option was the little flick to 2 there.
What a great look on the Sporties bar.
Got a very good jump and definitely just got under that. That's a good call by Dave. Very good positioning.
Yeah,
very
great call.
Clear.
You can see Williams was, I think, protecting that zone. Didn't have probably her usual full swing at that. Yep. Because, as we said, full count, and it was that outside pitch I think we've seen a few times, and she got the ball in play. She did what she needed to do.
Well, that brings to bat Sophie Lawrence, who does have the sole RBI on the game. There's runners on 1 and 2.
Can she give them a extra run?
A little bit of breathing space in this 1-0 game.
Great position here for Hills Heat.
There is only 1 out. Hawkinson's still over at 2. You do have the option of putting a pinch runner on her. However, she did run beautifully into second base.
Yes, I do see Zoe is on deck circle, so there must be a change bringing it in for for Lara Temke here. I'm assuming that will happen. We'll see Reggie call time. But yeah, great opportunity here for the Hills Heat. 1 out, runners at 1 and 2.
She just hits that one into the ground. A little bit too hot to handle for Lint over at second base. Hokinson's going to round third, standing up pretty easily at home. And Lawrence is going to slide in safely at second base. Williams is going to draw the throw at third and safe with a diving play at third base as well for another run for the Hills Heat.
Great job. Another just contact and play there. A bouncing ball. That's a tough one for second base there, because as it kicks, as it bounces up, you'll see on the replay, it bounces up and it just drops down a little bit. She gets an awkward position here.
Yeah, great look there on the Sporties bar replay. Lint tried to make the tag and also make the next play almost at the same time, but Sophie Lawrence was no doubt safe under that tag. Reggie's fired up over there at third base, isn't she? Just adding that extra security run. Oh, she was so close to getting that. It was a really tricky bouncer to handle.
Not much in that.
Not at all.
So we've just got time here to put in Zoe Marriage in here. A lefty slapper, just ball in play. That's all she has to do. Like the last 2 batters, they've just put ball in play.
So we'll see from the official scoring if that one went down as a hit or an error. Official word is down for a hit. That was a tricky play for Lint. So Lawrence will be 2 hits on the game.
Even if she did cleanly field that, I reckon she would have run that out at 1. So there was no
Yes,
no play
that's
there.
a good call. However, it may have been a force out at 2.
Could have been a,
Correct, so fielder's choice.
Fielder's choice, yeah.
Fielder's choice. Still a single, isn't it?
No,
think so.
it's not a single.
I'm not the stats person.
No. You just worry about calling the
play
pitches.
the game because I like it.
So gives the Hills Heat a bit of breathing room, brings to bat youngster Marek in the left-handers batter's box to see if they can...
Good contact there. We've just seen the left side of the diamond just pinch up on her, because I was always looking at to She doesn't have a lot of power, but she has speed, so she won't be looking. She's just looking to put ball in play, so short and third can pinch up on her. We have left field coming in, still probably a little bit too deep, but it is 1 out. Runners at 2 and 3. Sorry.
We are getting close to the point at the end of the game. We are at, as Marek is going to see that one for strike 3, as Diaz just finds the inside edge on the lefty, which is really hard to do, may I say. Find that inside edge on the lefty as a right-handed pitcher. Great job there by Diaz. She adds to her strikeout tally to take her to number 9 strikeouts on the game so far.
So are we calling that? I know this now. This is where it gets tough because hard ground ball and
By Lutson, a little bubble over there by Tompkinson as she looks to make the play at 3. Mossman does a great job of catching that.
Down to her foot so quickly. I thought that was not a chance, but she got her hands there so fast.
Well, Heels will put another run on the board, as we see here in the Sporties Bar replay. Does a really good job running. Doesn't make contact, but maybe Tompkinson loses the ball with the runner passing in front of her. You can see, good look here on the replay. No, she was well clear of it. Definitely no interference.
Just the pressure, ball in
and
play,
out of that
and
peripheral.
That's what Heels do. They just put the ball in play, make something happen there. Yeah, great job. Now they've got some security runs. This is going to be very tough for Seacombe to come back 3-0. But this is where it gets tough. We have we have Sophie Lawrence, who's hit 2 RBIs.
2 hits, 2 RBIs.
However, you've had Zali that's held the Seacombe so far to 0. So, you know, it could be a tie. Is that possible to do a tie? Because who do you determine? Like, if the pitcher doesn't hold the runners, the hitters can't hit in runners. Like,
well, when you get out there, Belle,
pitchers get everything, do they? Do we give it to a batter? They already get all the attention in the circle.
Well, we did have 2 of the runs hit in by the same batter, did we not?
That's what we were just speaking about.
Yeah,
Sophie
sorry.
Lawrence.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry. Been called out.
All right, this brings to bat the 9-hitter for the Hills Heat. 2 out, runners on the corners with a 3-run lead. You can see Hills Heat, a little bit of a free swing there as they've gained a bit of confidence.
Definitely, because Reagan's going to want to be throwing strikes here. They've got 2 out, so she'll be wanting to attack. So, yeah, good aggression. Can we put a voting poll up for other people to tell us who is the player? Anyone out there that knows how to?
Well, your expert opinion, Belinda, you've played many games. You've seen some pretty high-level stuff. I'd like to know your opinion.
I don't know. It's hard.
Well, there's still game left. There's still game left.
Yeah, let's not decide yet.
Sophie Lawrence's job is to hit runs in.
Yeah.
Zali Summers' job is to hold runners from scoring.
Yeah.
Hold batters from scoring.
It's a true team game, this is. As Diaz goes upstairs for strike 3 on the hitter to conclude the top of the 5th inning. Hills up 3-0. Get a good look here on the Sporties Bar replay on that rise ball that Diaz has been leaning on all game. Very well done.
We just got a message here from Anthony Hello that said, it's been amazing, Coles, our best of the season, which I think is a lie.
Yeah,
we will take the compliment.
He's always kind, isn't he?
Yes, always very kind and appreciative.
We'll
but
cop it,
also, you're on a holiday or doing something. Why are you listening? Go enjoy.
Well, where else would you rather be? You took the words out of my mouth.
Other than the Arkaba, where would you rather
Hotel
be?
and the Sporties Bar, you're right. They've got fantastic live music. They've got plenty of screens to watch all your favourite sporting events.
Get your spams on and get down to Sporties Bar.
Get your spams on. Absolutely. That'd be a look, wouldn't it? All
Great
right.
job,
So
guys.
Seacombe Tigers will come up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. There's a 3-run deficit for them to come back at. They are going to be starting off with their 8-9-1 hitters. We see Mutzi, Mays back up to Tompkinson. Mutzi and Mays have only had 1 at-bat so far this game. This is only their 2nd at-bat. So Summers has done a very, very good job. She's only had a handful of strikeouts and a handful of walks, but still to this point, Seacombe have not made an adjustment enough to get a hit on the board.
No,
The Hills field has really been backing her up very well.
I would be looking like a little sneaky running back because Lindsay has been their lead-off batter for
We know she's got speed. She sees the ball well. There's that. That would have been the pitch to do it too on that. Was that an off-speed or? Yeah, not quite a change, but definitely had a bit of an off-speed on it.
Zone.
Good eyes there to stay
Steve Wallace-Yarrow says no to that pitch for a ball 1.
Good eyes.
That's also a great pitch, but you know what? I've said it before. As a pitcher, I want to throw as many pitches as I can without throwing a strike. Like, I want to be able to
chase.
not, exactly. You want to be able to get the hitters to chase those pitches, so they're fantastic pitches. She falls behind in the count 3-0. She might have to find herself in a position where she is throwing a strike, but what a great job Mutsy's done.
What are we doing, guys? Are we watching or are we going after
Well,
They've been close.
They've been close.
They've been
All three of them
close.
been really
Yeah.
close.
I think if it's right there, maybe.
And it was, in fact, right there.
Yeah, I
Is
wouldn't
that the
swing.
pitch?
I say
Yeah.
that, but I wouldn't.
No. That's not like the pitch you want to go at, that little up and out one. No. You want something sort of, middle in nicely, just at a nice pace, so it just sits back, goes.
3-in-1 pitch on the hitter. As she misses that high and outside pitch for a ball with a lead-off walk in the bottom of the 5th. Well, it's heating up
That's
here,
a
isn't it?
very good at-bat there by Mutsy. Just nice and patient. She looked very calm. She looked very confident.
Heels Heat take a bit of a timeout just to settle. They do have a 3-run lead.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Might have a
panicking.
change
However,
Might have a change.
Seacombe are coming to the top of their lineup, so not panic stations yet, but
Looks
a
like-
very great part, a good part for Seacombe to be in.
Looks like we might be seeing a substitution. Tash Mays is coming out, and we see 82 coming in. Jordan Kulbida is going to be the hitter here for the Seacombe Tigers. So now you've got a runner on 1, none out. You're down 3 runs. Are we looking at a bunt scenario?
No, not with
Nah.
3 runs. No.
Not with 3 runs. We're here
Don't.
hitting.
Yeah.
If he was going to do that, you leave the batter in, that was in. But
Yeah.
you're bringing up good aggressive swing here.
It's your last chance. Got to go for it.
So Jordan takes a big swing at that first pitch for strike 1. At that rise ball. Everyone else has had a chance to see that rise ball.
Oh,
She
no.
puts the bunt
Oh.
down. Williams is going to pick it up, and very well done. Tag.
Oh, great
No
running.
cover at third, and Mutsy's going to slide in safely on the sack bunt.
Great heads-up running. I love that.
You can see
That was
Williams did
great
such a
running.
good job to make the tag, and was ready to make the throw, and sort of was there and was sort of on a bit of a foot race.
Mutsy didn't even break stride. It was
She
almost
did
like
so
a
well.
bit pre
Great look here
planned.
on the Sporties Bar replay. Great pickup and great turn. She almost missed it, but did a fantastic job there. Identifies right away that there is no one there. You can see, who is that? Lawrence is running back to her base to try and make the play. It was pretty close play
I
in the
think she got
end.
a little bit of obstruction at 2, so taking that extra base, I'm not sure. It looked like she did. I don't think she was also expecting her to get tagged right there, but that is great heads-up
Such a
running.
good play on that tag as well. It's so heads up instead of making that throw.
Great slide too by Mutsy.
So on that, as for people that don't know much about softball, if you don't field the bunt as third baseman, your job is to cover that base.
Yeah.
Get
And
back
if you
there.
do, it's your catcher.
So I think that
No,
could also
no,
be,
you can't. Yes,
yeah,
take
if you
that
do,
back,
if you
sorry.
do. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
you the catcher?
I was thinking left field, but no, that's when it's, no.
We
Catch
do.
is,
We
and
have
then
seen a few moving
third
pieces.
base covers home.
Yes.
And like we said, potentially these corners haven't played together.
Correct.
And-
And ball watching, bit
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
So for Hills Heat, there is a runner on first base. They have a 3-run lead. So even if Tompkinson scores, who is the hitter at the moment, they still have a 1-run lead. So for Hills Heat, you've got to be sort of just going after the hitter in this scenario, right?
Getting an out, getting another out, and then that brings up Bree, who's had 2 walks. And you've got Diaz and Neely. So this out is
This
actually
is
very
key.
important.
big out.
Absolute key out here for the Hills Heat.
And they're ahead of the count.
Key at bat for Tigers as well. If Tompkinson can get herself on base, they are going to be in a good position. They'll be coming through their 3rd time through the lineup of Summers, potentially have more of an opportunity to make those adjustments. Tompkinson has struck out and flied out to shortstop so far this game.
You just see her shortening up on the bat there. Get that back hip around, being nice and compact. She's just got up and under that pitch again. We just fouled her over the commentary table here at the back there. So she's battling here. It's still 2 strikes. Now, as a pitcher, Steph, those balls are way too close because the batter's been touching her 2 strikes. That's where the mistakes happen. And the runs gets hit, hits her in and then scores.
And she just throws that change up. It just skims across the top of the zone for strike 3 on the hitters. Zali Summers keeps her cool under pressure. Puts 2 out on the inning.
Huge out, as we said.
Sporties Bar replay here. We see that change up just sort of fall off the table.
You know what though? If she was a bit bent over there, so that is right at the top of the zone there.
Oh, absolutely.
And Steve was confident, called it from the get-go. So
Yep.
that brings up their second hitter,
Brie Lynn.
second in the lineup, sorry, of Brie. Here, 2 walks. She'll be looking at being aggressive now. It's 2 out. You can't be looking for a walk.
Only Summers' 4th strikeout of the game, but what a time to make that strikeout. Absolute key out.
Although she's walked twice, she's gone deep in the count both times and had a few fouls and goes at the ball. So she's definitely keen. It's not like she's sitting back and waiting for that walk.
And we know she's got extra base power.
Yeah. If it's close, she's going to have a good go. Great stop there.
Great block there by the catcher Courtney there on that change-up. They can be quite difficult. She just really let her body over that to keep it in front. Key there, the ball's in front, runners can't go. Well, they can, but a bit silly.
Well, it is the bottom of the 5th inning. There is 2 out. Belle, you're going to jump up in a second and chat to our Sparms player of the game as Lynn absolutely tattoos that one over left field's head. That's going to score 1 run. She's going to be standing up at second base to turn the lineup over for the Seacombe Tigers.
That was great patience there by Bree. She just waited for a good one there, turned on that nicely. That's probably our first hit to the outfield.
Breaking up the no-no for Zali Summers too. Breaking up the no. Great look here on the replay as well. You see King does nothing wrong, picking the ball up right away.
It's a beautiful hit. They stay alive. Brings up Diaz.
Yes,
Great hitting by Seacombe Tigers. And we've talked about how close the season's going to be. How important, Gemma, is those runs against going to be as we get later in the season, and how important these moments could be for the Hills Heat at the moment.
Oh, well, we saw it last year. It came down to runs against
last
or runs
inning
for
comeback,
whatever it was,
didn't
and
it?
it was just so close and crazy. And this year, with everyone winning, everyone losing, everyone scoring heaps of runs, I think anything that you can do to put yourself in a better position for finals, you just have to do it.
Yeah, tough position here for those Seacombe though, with that 2 outs, getting Georgia Tompkins in there. So yeah, how do Hills be feeling? Do you think they'll be feeling a little bit confident? I think they could be still relaxed. There's still time. Even if they score this runner, you've got nearly potentially Walker.
Yeah,
that's something.
Because we see this brings up Diaz, who is the tying run at the plate now for the Tigers. Good to see her discipline laying off that pitch, not getting too caught up in the moment. That has been Summers' bread and butter all game.
Should be looking to keep her hands on top of this ball and drive one. Centre left the gap. They've just actually shifted left field a little bit more over.
There's that pitch brought down a little bit for strike 1 on the hitter. Brings the count to 1-1.
Hear the Seacombe supporters, I think you can hear through our mics, getting up and around it. As we said, there's a few of them out here today for their club day.
Wouldn't this be a comeback horn? Diaz is going to get just underneath it. Tamke's going to make a run for it and catches the ball out in centre field for the 3rd out of the inning to secure the 3-1 win for the Hills Heat.
What a great game, and didn't we say anything could happen? Hills just kept their composure. They kept pressing, ball in play, ball in play, ball in play. Jay just made the adjustment. They just made the adjustment, I think, sooner than Seacombe Tigers there. But as we see the replay here, Reagan just gets under that, and then Temke makes an easy catch.
Gemma, it's going to be a tough one to call the Sparms player of the game today. So many good contenders. Diaz did a fantastic job for the Seacombe Tigers, but we saw Zali Summers almost throw that no-no. She did give up that 1 hit in the last inning. She pitched the win for the Hills Heat. We saw Sophie Lawrence for the Hills Heat do some damage with the bat. She went 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs for herself. We saw Courtney Hogginson, the catcher for the Hills Heat, call an excellent game, couple walks and a hit for herself. Tough one to call, Belle. What do you think?
I call it a tie.
A tie.
Yep, although pitching-wise, to have almost a no-hitter minus that last hit,
yeah,
that's actually really, as a pitcher, that's a really, really tough thing to do, especially with Seacombe's lineup that went so deep.
Yeah, and Summers had 4 strikeouts and 4 walks on the game, 1 hit. So Hills Heat defense did really, really well. So you can tell that Summers got the Seacombe Tigers to hit to their players. Hills did really well.
we'll see what Gemma does.
Yeah, we
we'll
will
see.
see
I
what she does.
think she's going to.
Maybe she'll grab both. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Be good to see what they say on the game after coming out from Queensland. So, Belle, what does that do to the
called
ladder?
over Sophie Lawrence for the game play with her 2 hits, 2 RBIs to just give that security to Hills Heat here. And on that note, me and Gemma have to go play. So we are leaving
No
Steph
worries.
here to finish the commentating. And thank you very much. Hope you guys all enjoyed the game.
Thank you, Belle.
If you're doing nothing, come down to West Beach because Sturt v West Torrens is happening on Diamond 1.
All right, over to you, Gemma, when you're ready.
Perfect. Hi, we have got Sophie Lawrence, our Sparms player of the game. Sophie, responsible for a couple of RBIs. How are we feeling?
Oh, I feel pretty good. I'm just glad we can get the team through to a win. It's really good, and all the field played so well. Zali pitched a great game. It was so good.
Perfect. Your team, when I called you over, very happy for you. How are you liking being a part of the Hills Heat?
Oh, I love it. The girls are so supportive. It's such a amazing team culture, and we're all just so happy. We just have so much fun playing. That's all it's about.
That is definitely what it's about. Thank you so much. Go enjoy the win, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for that one, Gemma and Sophie. Hills Heat go up 3-1 against the Seacombe Tigers. That will put Hills Heat up onto 6 points, equal 5th place with Seacombe and Glenelg. What a great game. Gemma, thank you so much. Belinda, thank you so much. And to everyone at home, thank you so much for joining us. What a great game. Have a good night.